So it's been a little while, but I'm back. I've got the wood, finally picked up the wood, and it looks perfect. And I'm going to be making a trolley. So I've got the old trolley, which I'm using all the measurements for. And I'm going to mark out just now where I need to drill the holes to put the bolts in. Then I'm going to hopefully take it inside if my parents allow me and paint it, because it's cold out here and it needs to be above 8 degrees to paint. So I'm going to have to try persuade them to let me do it inside. And then I'll get on the engine. Alright, so I've got the two middle pieces. And then I've got the two side bits. Middle pieces, I haven't actually tested if it fits yet, but they just slot down, and then they'll slot down on this side as well, just in there, and yeah, that looks perfect. So I need to go take measurements off the other trolley, how wide these are going to be, and then I'm going to mark it out, then hopefully I've got a drill bit which fits. Okay, maybe not as perfect as it seemed. This is the trolley which I'm trying to copy. If you think that's width. This is the trolley which I've been given. Yeah, these bars are way too long. So the width on this trolley is 30.5 centimeters. And the width on this is 44.5. So I'll maybe message my friend, because he said if there's yeah, so I'll probably try and get him to cut these down to size, because the wheels which I haven't painted, but the wheels, they're made to fit on this trolley, so if I put this one together they won't fit on this, which is a pain, but it's just the way it's gonna have to be. So yeah, that's really messed things up, because this was quite tight already, and if that's made it even more tighter, then yeah. But this won't be upset for you, because you'll just see it in a couple seconds anyway. But yeah, this shouldn't be a problem for you guys, because you're just gonna see this once I've sorted it all out. So I'll try message him tomorrow and see if he can fix this tomorrow, which will mean the timings will just be 1 day behind, and I might still get it done. I don't know. I'll wait and see. Okay, so it's been a day, and I've got all fixed. He came over today, and he just cut everything down to size, which is great. I've also picked up a drill bit, which is the correct size, and now it's just time to build it. I'm gonna hope that I do everything right, so I'm gonna double measure it twice, do all that stuff, because I do have a high tendency of messing things up, but let's hope I don't do it. I'm gonna measure off all of the holes on this other trolley and put them down in pencil onto this trolley. Okay, that's all the holes on this piece of wood. I'll read the measurements out to you, just in case anybody at home is wanting to do this. So we have got the wood, which is 65 millimeters wide on this side, 70 on this side. The first two holes for this are 10 centimeters long, is the first hole, then it's 4 centimeters. Then it's 6.5 centimeters. These two holes here are the holes which connect to these blocks of wood. So you need to leave enough space in between here for the block of wood and the thickness of that. Then the next one, which is the first bolt for the engine, is 32 centimeters long. There's an 18.5 centimeter thingy between them, and then it's just the same ones over here. But yeah, that's it. On this wood, it's pretty simple. I haven't done it yet, but it's just gonna be right bang in the middle. So 3.5 centimeters, and however wide. What's that? 6.5. Oh no, 7. So it'll be 3.5, 3.5. And I'll get to drilling. I've got new drill bit, which I bought, which is 10 mil, which is the same size that the bolts I'm using. They're also 10 mil, and they're coach bolts, so they should hopefully stick in the wood and hold it all together. First of all, I'm going to give it a little sanding down because some of the wood is still quite rough. So there's the first beam done. At the beginning, these first couple, you could see I was struggling quite a lot with it's quite wet wood, I think, and it's getting clogged up on the end of the drill bit a little bit. But I'm just going to skip till when I've got all of it done, and I'm going to bolt it all together. And there's no such thing as anything going perfect in life. So I did both the joints, and they both look perfect. And I got to the middle pieces, and I put the first one on, and it just has been a whole thing with mistakes. You can see here, they're in the wrong way around, but I've just put it in to try get the thingies correct. I haven't tried this one yet with bolts. This is straight after cutting it. Okay, so 2 bolts. I measured these so they would be correct to those ones. So those 2 fit almost perfectly, apart from they hang a little. I hope my measurements were right. Okay. That one there looks pretty good. Now it's time for this one. I hope this unevenness isn't to do with my building skills, but more to do with the ground. But there we go. That one's not very straight, nor is that one. So I'm going to have to... Sorry, you can see that they aren't very straight. So I'm going to have to sand with the file. I'm going to have to file both these down, these ones. And then I will put these bolts around the correct way and try it all together. Okay, so now it's time to see if all those mistakes ruined it, and if I'm going to have to go and kindly ask my friend for another piece of wood. So I've triangle. All the holes are perfectly lined for each of these because I did it really badly. So they should all fit in perfectly or near enough. There's number 1. That one also fits. Well, now it's time for these. Let's just hope this is the right one here. Or is it? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Let's just hope I've done these the right way around. Have I? Or haven't I? That's a good question. Have I? Or haven't? Okay. Oh, final screw. Let's see if I have actually done this properly. Bolt, I mean. Final bolt. I can't tell. Oh, I think I have. Oh. That feels like it's in. Let's give that a hit. There we go. Yeah, okay. Flip these over. If there's anybody out there wondering why I'm using bolts, I'm just copying the exact same design used on the other one. I don't know if bolts are actually the right thing to use when building these, or if you should just screw it together, but I expect bolts they seem like the right thing to use. Yeah, so I'm going to take it inside, and then I'm going to tomorrow I will paint the trolley and the bolts, but I won't. Yeah, there's quite a big gap there, which you can see, but it looks fine. Yeah, so I'm painting the trolley white, just like the other trolley, and tomorrow I will start doing 2 coats of primer, and I'll do, yeah, just 2 coats of primer. And then the 24th, I'll do 2 coats of overcoat white paint, and that should hopefully last it until, well, for a long time hopefully, because I'm not really looking forward to doing it again. Yeah, I'm going to tighten these down so the coach bolts are sitting in the wood like they're meant to. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, don't fall over the phone. So there you go. Trolley. Yeah, so it'll probably be in the same video. You'll see it. I'm going to start painting it. I'm going to paint over these bolts. I'm going to do the bolts that go in here and attach the trolley wheels. I'm going to paint them, but I'm going to paint them afterwards. Okay, so the trolley, I've painted it 2 coats primer, 2 coats overcoat white. Then I tried to paint the bits black, but as you can see, I spray painted it. And I tried to do it without getting the white painted. But what I'm going to have to do is I really want to get the whole engine completed. So I'm just going to put the whole engine together, get it running, and then after my exams and everything, I'll come back out and do the touch-ups, like this paint, getting the decals on the engine. But what I've got to do now is I've got to get the wheels on the trolley, and you can see I haven't painted the wheels or anything, which I just haven't really been bothered, and I can always take them off and come back and do them later. So I got the 4 mounts here to make sure they seat properly, the bolts seat properly in the wood, so the top of the coach boat sits in. I'm just going to put the mount in with the bolt, but not the wheel at the moment. Then I'll undo it so the bolt is sitting in properly, and then I'll put the wheel on. As I was saying, the drill holes really squint. I think it was just because it was the first time me using a drill. I hope at least. But I hope it won't be that big of a deal. So you can see here how squint it is. It's like coming way out, but I think it'll be fine. So there, I've tightened it up, pushing against wood, and the coach boat's now seated mostly flush with the wood. Now I'm going to loosen this off, do the other side, and then put the wheel on. So that's the first side done. I've just hand tightened the bolts on, because if you actually tighten them, it won't move. I will just need to keep checking these now and again to make sure they don't come off. Now the other side. Okay, so there's the finished result. It's pretty poor, to be honest. It's not very good. Hopefully when I come back and touch up things, I might decide to paint the wheels. But at the moment, the wheels don't look too good. Probably will look worse when the engine's on. This wheel is definitely not straight, same with that one. But that's because these two holes were further back than this one, so it's like squint. But apart from that, there's a trolley. If you've got any questions about dimensions or anything, drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Watch out for next week's video on getting the engine on, because I'm going to be doing that just now. Yeah, so watch out for that video. But apart from that, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and hope you enjoyed.